What did we learn? Who falls under the DMA?
Hello, good morning from Brussels here. Well, yes, there are a list of 22 core platform services that will be subjected to these new rules when they kick in March 2024. Among those platforms are the likes of Google Maps, the Apple App Store, also the Windows operating system, obviously owned by Microsoft, etc. But at the same time, the EU has decided to launch a series of investigations to determine whether or not services belonging to Microsoft, including Edge and Bing, and Apple, such as iMessage, should also come under the scope of these rules.
Obviously, those are very widely used applications when you are thinking about these big technology platforms. As the EU investigates those platforms, what type of outcomes do they expect?
Well, ultimately, that remains to be seen. I mean, you would assume that these platforms would reach the quantitative thresholds. A lot of this information is kept confidential, so we don't actually know whether or not they do. The EU has a series of thresholds of which firms will have to meet in order to be designated under the DMA. Now, what the EU actually says is the likes of Bing, Edge and Microsoft's advertising services do actually meet those quantitative thresholds, but the company has actually put forward a number of arguments to claim that it shouldn't actually be subjected to the Digital Markets Act for a range of different reasons. Now, again, we don't know what those reasons are, but in the past, Microsoft has argued, for example, with Bing, that its market share is so small globally, but also in Europe when compared to Google search, that it just isn't fair for it to be designated and to be hit by these same rules that are really meant for dominant market players.